again picked up on the presidential spokesperson, Gerge Charamba. Gerge Charamba showed many Zimbabweans posted the video of Malema, when Malema was giving counsel to Cyril Ramaphosa at the moment he was to be the president of the Republic of South Africa, telling him to be always loyal to the people of South Africa rather than the capitalists in South Africa who did not elect. It got social media speaking, and it appears the message has been heard from the bedroom of Emmerson Mnangagwa. As I always say, when you hear Temba Mliswa speaking, understand that this is Emmerson Mnangagwa responding through Temba Mliswa, because as Blessed Gerge made it easier for us, Temba Mliswa has been paid to exactly do so, because not so many people in ZANU-PF have actually got to check on some of the members of the faction of retired General Chiwenga, or perceived members, especially within the party. The right person who seemed to have the liver or the heart to is none other than Temba Mliswa. Greetings and welcome to your lovely channel, the Hloniphani Global News. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we stream live, you become the very first one to watch it. So this is what Temba Mliswa has posted. He says, Charamba, we are not naive. This is an unequivocal, or there is too much noise. I guess it's the rain. Let me remove. Thank you very much. He says, I hope now. He says, Charamba, we are not naive. This is an okay sound. Is it better now? I'm sure now it will be better because I have removed the microphone. Oh, thank you very much. I think it's my microphone which has a problem. And also take note, this has no ceiling, so you'll be hearing a lot of noise because the rain is pouring like nobody else's business. So he says, Charamba, we are not naive. This is an unequivocal suggestion to the president to disregard the counsel of those around him. As I covered it yesterday, that video was posted by Gerge Charamba. He was sending a message to Emmerson Mnangagwa not to take counsel to the Zikanandas, who were not elected by the people of Zimbabwe. By the way, it was a good advice given by Gerge Charamba, but Mnangagwa does not want to listen. That is why he has sent Temba Mliswa to write what he has written today. So he goes on to say, it is long overdue for you to have departed from your post, as your unwavering disservice to your superior has been all too evident. So he is saying, it has taken too long for him to be removed from the post of being the presidential spokesperson by virtue of being suspected to be aligned with retired General Chiwenga. That is the only crime for actually Gerge Charamba. He goes on to say, despite his awareness of your character, he made a choice to retain you, yet you have continued to exhibit an astonishing level of disrespect to him and your mandate. Your actions this time have clearly crossed the line. Who exactly are you attempting to serve? So this is Temba Mliswa asking Gerge Charamba. Remember that one cannot serve the demands of two masters without failing both. It is better that you step down in good time and make way for the younger generation to rise and take over. You know, if you listened to yesterday's submission, in spite of what Utendo Matinyarara has said, and also in spite of Wicknell Chivayo has said about the reason why Ramaphosa went to Zimbabwe, I was of the opinion that in spite of whatever we have heard about Ramaphosa, that has not changed the risk of another coup taking place in Zimbabwe, because the factions are still warring. They are still at war with each other. And that is why Temba Mliswa will wake up this early, writing this information, because the battle lines are still actually active. The battle lines have been drawn, and the warriors on both sides, they are still at loggerheads with each other. And that on its own is actually a pointer to the fact that these people are still fighting. There is still a succession war within ZANU-PF, and it is intensifying. So he goes on to say, while it is the prerogative of the president to dismiss anyone, it is still incumbent upon us to name and shame those who are selling out. So actually, Temba Mliswa portrays Gerge Charamba's loyalty to retired General, perceived loyalty to retired General Chiwenga, as selling out. Where have you ever seen this? That people within the same party who are battling to control the party, they may see each other as sell out. Sell out to who? So is Chiwenga now a traitor that information could be, certain individuals could sell out to him? And this is why maybe Mnangagwa has been treating Gerge Charamba in a manner. He has actually been treating him. When Ramaphosa was around in the meeting between Zwikanandas as well as Cyril Ramaphosa, Gerge Charamba was excluded in that particular meeting because he's believed to be actually taking out information that is pertinent and giving it to the faction of retired General Chiwenga. I remember, was it when the leakage that Ramaphosa was coming to Zimbabwe was released, Temba Mliswa was quickly to say it is Gerge Charamba. Each and every time sensitive information is actually released on the public domain, Temba Mliswa would be quick to say, no, this has been released by Gerge Charamba. So things are going to be much, much more difficult for an individual like Gerge Charamba. They want to eat him up. At one point, he tries to be posting in support of Mnangagwa. At one point, he posted very, very controversial, actually, post to show that he is not with him. And it appears the bedroom has already seen that. I think they listen to these channels because when we respond, when we expose this, they wake up in the morning. What is left is for Mnangagwa to execute what Temba Mliswa has put on the public domain. But he is actually letting Temba Mliswa to communicate this so that Gerge Charamba is aware that something of that sort is on the horizon. Gerge Charamba is not trusted by the bedroom of Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa because of the information that he keeps on posting. Remember, I started to realize that there was something amiss about Gerge Charamba, especially when I noted from Professor Jonathan Moyo that Gerge Charamba was the personality who actually revealed that Mapiza had accompanied Mnangagwa to Rome, when he's the one who posted the pictures of actually Virginia Mapiza. From there, I started to see that something is amiss. Let me just cover some of the things that he has just posted so that I would not come to Temba Mliswa again. The other thing that he has posted, he says he was speaking about the car that was donated to who is that? Is it Mtasa? Yes. And he wrote the following: this is a good gesture by the president, recognizing the heroes of the party and founding fathers of the party. I look forward to the same being extended to others like Lukare Kumbo, Maimjuru, etc. At some point, bygones should be bygones, as we cannot ignore what these individuals did for the country. Maita Shumba Mrambi, Matipa Tsoka, Zekufambisa, Makona. But in my view, can this actually be trusted by a sane person that is just a mere gift? Or Emerson Tambo, those cars, I don't trust them that are handed over by Mnangagwa. Maybe they have devices, those devices that could be heard by the members of the Central Intelligence Organization, so that he's trying to find out who is with him, especially amongst the former members of G40. There is absolutely no other way around to this, in my view. These cars is not just a donation out of the goodness of the heart, as some would love us to believe, as in fact those who are doing it would love Zimbabweans to believe. I strongly believe there is more to this. And then Temba Mliswa goes on to say, before you start offering political advice and criticisms, just know that before many of you were born, ET was already in the system, navigating his way. Even many of the conveniently venerated generals jumping from the shadows to leverage on the weight of their liberation accolades for nefarious political expediency are actually his juniors. The bristling shine and the semantic sound of the military terms appended to their names cannot certainly change that historical fact. ET is their superior. Chibaba Chabo. That's what Temba Mliswa has posted. I think this is directed at also the military general, that Mnangagwa is older than all of them. He has been in the system for the longest period of time. In simple terms, he is trying to give that impression that the person who will actually win at the end of it all is Emerson Dambuzo Mnangagwa. Well, he would love things to be so because he has done a lot to provoke the other side. But you know, things do not always go according to our anticipations and plans. He's just gambling and actually taking a risky gamble that will cost him, will cost even his children, as well as also his family, playing a very, very dangerous game in my view. Thank you very much for watching us. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button, so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the join button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. Okancuku Mhlabane is signing off. Let me love and leave you. Let's meet on the other side of the live broadcast.